At this time, we bring the Stigler Board of Education regular meeting to order on Monday, September the 9th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. Members present are David, Brett, and Susie. At this time, we move on to the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer by Miss Cameron Upton.
Either way.
Either one.
Please bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we come asking you to bless this school system. Please be with each staff member, student, and home within Stigler Public Schools District and throughout the state. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Go ahead. Pledge of Allegiance.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Okay, this time we move on to the approval of minutes from the August 12th, 2024 meeting.
Any changes or no changes?
No changes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Kenny to approve the minutes from the August 12th, 2024 meeting. David?
Yes.
Did I say Brett? I
You
said
said
Kenny,
Kenny,
didn't
you did. I was gonna.
I don't know. Brett, I'm sorry. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Everybody was like, at this time, we move on to approval of encumbrances.
Okay. If you look at the first page for the general fund, the first one, 135, that's for our City of Stigler, that's our SRO. 137, Thompson School Book Depository, those are math books. 138, that's a middle school cafeteria air conditioning unit. Down 149, Archway, that's Algebra 3 and Trigonometry textbooks. And 155 is MHC, that's they scan our buses, do some bus repair code, that's a blanket PO for the year. 156 is for the grade school cafeteria to redo the guttering, so when it drains, it doesn't run into the new building. Kind of move it away, going back toward the north. 158 are bus tires. On the next page, 165, that is to redo some on the concession stand at the football stadium. It's popping breakers, so we had to redo a few things there. On down, 181 CDW, that is a Promethean board. 195, those are history books for the high school. 196 is high school government books, also at the high school. And 197 is unemployment. Our next pages are all payroll encumbrances through all the way to the building fund. Now the building fund PO4, that is for the covering out here in front of the kindergarten, the awning out in front of the kindergarten. And then 5 is for our architect, and that should be all we owe him. That'll be for the rest of the year. Should have him completed. PO 18 is for child nutrition, just some supplies that Joe had to get. And then the next one is more payroll encumbrances, and that is all the encumbrances.
Make a motion, we approve the encumbrances as presented.
I'll second.
Hang on just a second.
There's a bunch of pages.
Pages messed up here.
I think we're gonna have to work double time, we should get paid more.
I know, I agree.
We'll double your pay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. David, Kenny, Brett,
Man.
then David. Oh my goodness. Brett, then David.
I'm
Okay.
offended you called me Kenny.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David, to approve the encumbrances as listed. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Other financial reports?
Okay.
Time to move.
All right, I've
Try to
changed
do
this up a
better.
little bit. It has the same information as we used to have, except we added, this is more what I would use, it has the last 4 years and this year, so 5 years of data. So you can tell like what we're in July each month,
Got my glasses,
August
I
each
can't read
month,
that with them.
and kind of tell the overall of how much we're plus or minus. It's the same information as the other one. We don't split up the payroll into extra payroll and contract. It's still all payroll. So if you look, we're up a little bit on our bills, and we're actually down a little bit on payroll, and that's gonna change. We have to hire some people. But right now, we're about 47,000 above last year. But this is why it helps, because like I said before, each month something could be different, a bill hit at a different time. But you can go back 5 years and see that kind of more of an overall better, what I consider a better picture. And so that's why you see like this, last year we're up a little bit, but we're down from the previous years before that. So I think the 5-year plan or idea kind of gives us, it's what I use more, and it kind of gives better. Is there any question? Would you rather have the other one?
I like this.
I like this one, it's more condensed.
The bottom, is that July and August added together?
Right, this is the total for the
Okay.
year so far. And this
Oh,
is,
for the
That's
year.
a fiscal year, yeah,
for
the beginning of the fiscal
year,
year.
right.
Okay,
And this is where we were the previous years.
okay, then above is just the months.
Above is the month, right? This is the bills, payroll for August, and then
Okay,
each month we'll kind of get, maybe a little too small to try to get all of them. But yeah, I like the 5-year, and actually what I use as so far about 13 years on it that I go through. But I think the 5-year gives me a better idea, just more of a better picture. Because one thing can happen that a little different for the month. You can look good or look bad. So the other one, right now we're sitting great in the general fund at 3.78. Last year at this time we were at 2.3668. We're doing well, like we talked about, but we are down in students, so it's going to be a change next year. But we're great right now. If you look at the building fund, we got that out of that 936 still. That's going to be reimbursed. Our application was totally approved today, so we'll get our claims in. So by next month, we should be in good shape. Because we have another 390 that we paid. So it'll be, we're good. This is how much we have left right now, but that 390 plus that will get reimbursed. That'll help. Child nutrition, we're still in good shape. Child nutrition, they didn't pay our claims this month. They're putting it off till next week, but we're in good shape there. So overall, I think we're really good shape right now.
and those numbers don't reflect any grant funds, right?
Which ones?
The total, like under general or,
Yeah,
it does reflect.
there's still bills. Yeah, like just all this, like this, that's all ESSER money. And so we're gonna get it back. But yeah, it does.
Okay. I guess where I was getting at, we can expect that to drop drastically by the end of the year.
This right here,
Yeah.
on our building fund mainly, this right here.
I was thinking, well, due to the building that's being.
Yeah,
built,
yeah,
so
we're,
I'm assuming
this
that's
like, right,
building
we
fund.
should be at what, about 2.4, 2.5 right now.
Okay.
We're gonna be, this is where I expect, we'll be close to that at the end of the
Okay,
year.
okay,
Cause we're, 1.7 is coming out of our building fund.
okay.
And we'll get about another, now it'll be our Red Bud fund last year was about 410,000. It'll be less this year because our students are lower and it goes off of this year's numbers. So it'll be a little less, but I'm gonna say about 380, 375. Plus we should get about 200,000 in our ad valorem. So I mean, we're gonna be in great shape building fund.
Good.
Yeah, we're still gonna be healthy,
Okay.
barring any disasters. We're knock on wood. But any other questions? That is the financial report.
Okay. Okay, at this time we move on to public comment. The Board of Education invites public comment at this point in the regular meeting. A, comments concerning agenda items in accordance with policy BED-R. No one present for that. Information items, superintendent's reports.
Okay, we are already starting the 4th week of the school year, and it's starting to get pretty busy. We had our first high school football game. We lost, but it was a good game against Sallisaw. Our junior high played Sallisaw last week and played Muldrow here tomorrow night. Softball has already played 17 games, and they're playing well. They have a 12-5 record. They've played tonight and tomorrow in their big district game against Shakota. It's big for the playoff implications, so we're excited. The Haskell County Livestock Show is tonight at 6, and the premium sales tomorrow night. So we hope they all can do well tonight. Grade school is coming along well. Hope you've driven by, and Brett snuck in.
I did, I even walked
Checked it
walked
out.
around in it.
Did you have your hard hat on?
No, there's a lot of stuff around. Well, because it was yesterday, I think.
Oh, well, during the day. Oh, okay. Yeah, on Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, nobody was there.
Okay.
Don't forget the Masonic Lodge Cornerstone ceremony is Friday at 1. The grade school cafeteria. Everybody's welcome to that. So a lot going on, and you know, it was July 10th, so 2 months ago when they first put the first red iron up. So they've made a lot of progress in 2 months.
Yeah.
We're excited. And that is the superintendent's report.
This time we move on to action topics. Action topic A, consideration of textbook committee for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, this is the committee responsible for representing our district as we go through the textbook adoption process. This will changes each year as the subject area, it's subject area specific, and this year's adoption is computer science, technology, education, and fine arts. So the teachers on these committees will change each year, and so these are the teachers of these subject areas, and these members will attend the textbook caravan to review the books and make sure the textbooks cover the Oklahoma academic standards.
I make a motion we approve the textbook committee for the 24-25 school year as listed.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett to approve this textbook committee for the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic B, consideration of the district gifted talented advisory committee for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, this committee is very similar to last year's. We have to approve it each year. After this committee is approved, they will meet and review the current gifted and talented plan and make any necessary changes or improvements.
So make a motion, we approve the Gifted and Talent Advisory Committee for the 24-25 school year as listed.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to accept the district gifted talented advisory committee for the 24-25 school year. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic C, consideration of the estimate of needs for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, this estimate's pretty similar to last year. Basically, it's higher than last year because of our higher carryover. But we create this estimate of needs in conjunction with our auditor, and this is what we use to our proposed expenditures to build our budget. This amount at that 15, the current expense, 15,752,412 is what we have to approve, and that's basically, that's the maximum amount a board can approve for the budget. That's the maximum amount we will spend. We're not gonna spend that much.
And, okay, sorry, this is kind of a little bit hard to read. What line is that?
It is under,
General fund?
right, under general fund, the very top, current expense.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
it's saying if we had that much expenses, that's how much we can spend. We'll have that much money to spend.
And so this, I know we've done this before. This isn't necessarily a budget.
No, this is we're gonna budget, we have to budget the total amount basically, but we're not gonna spend this amount.
Right, but the budget comes later and you're gonna divide that 15 million up out. throughout the
Right.
budget.
This is, the auditor takes this, and a lot of it goes 90% of what we got last year and different what they expect us to get. And so by state law, we have to have something that says this is the maximum amount I can spend, or we can spend.
Okay,
And then we do a budget,
okay,
basically. But this is what it goes in the paper, and the auditor does it, so this is the maximum amount. So basically, so schools don't spend more than they have somehow.
okay.
This basically says we can't spend anything over this.
So make a motion, we approve the estimate of needs for the 24-25 school year.
David?
Yeah, second.
Uh,
Yeah.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to approve the estimate of needs for the 24-25 school year. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic D, consideration of approval of the ACT as the intended choice as the locally selected nationally recognized CCRA state assessment in place of the SAT.
Okay, this is something we have to approve each year to allow us to use the ACT as our locally selected state assessment for college and career readiness assessment. You know, we just have to do it every year.
You know, just out of curiosity, what's the difference or why the ACT over the SAT?
You know, I'm not sure. I guess you just have to pick one. So I don't know if we said SAT, we'd have to say we're going to use the SAT. You just have to pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I don't know why. I
Well,
guess
I mean, ACT seemed to be the major,
for around here.
yeah,
Right.
everywhere that I've been, but.
Right. Some of the, I think Northeast, some of them use SAT, but I mean, I think they're interchangeable. I don't think
Make a motion to approve the ACT as the intended choice as a locally selected, nationally recognized CCRA state assessment in place of the SAT.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to approve the ACT as the intended choice as the locally selected nationally recognized CCRA state assessment in place of the SAT. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic E, examination of capacity and consideration of revision of the student transfers -FE school policy.
Okay, this is we have to do this every quarter. And just review the current policy regarding student transfers and our capacity levels, and I don't think we need to make any changes to the policy at this time.
Motion to approve the Stigler Public Schools Student Transfer Policy, FE, and district capacity limits to stay the same.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett to approve the capacity and the consideration and revision of the student transfers -FE school policy to stay the same. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
Susie, yes. Action topic F, consideration of adoption of the flags -EMDB school policy.
Okay, the SDE, State Department of Education, is now requiring each school to adopt a policy regarding the display of the U.S. flag and along with the Pledge of Allegiance. And this policy is essentially the state law regarding flag displays and the Pledge of Allegiance in public schools.
And is this the
It's,
US or all flags?
well, it's the U.S. and the Oklahoma flag.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's if you want to fly a military flag, you can as well with the approval of administration.
Okay.
But we have to send a report to the State Department due to the Edmund thing, to be honest with you.
that's what I was just
Yeah,
thinking.
and so every school has to send in their policy. And we really didn't have a policy, we just kind of follow the law, but we'll just have a policy.
Now we got a policy.
Now we
Now we have a policy.
Now we have a policy.
Add it to the list.
Make a motion, we approve the adoption of the flags -EMDB school board policy.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to approve the adoption of the flags EMDB school board policy. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Susie, yes. Action topic G, consideration of approval of Oklahoma Health Care Authority, OHCA, participation agreement with the Public Consulting Group, LLC, for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, we approve this agreement each year between the State Department of Education, PCG, and Stigler Schools. It allows PCG to bill Medicaid for school-based services for qualified students.
Motion to approve the Oklahoma Health Care Authority, OHCA, participation agreement with Public Consulting Group, LLC, PCG, for the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett to approve the Oklahoma Health Care Authority, OHCA, participation agreement with the Public Consulting Group, LLC, for the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic H, consideration of approval of the Stigler Public Schools Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Program.
Okay, through the Oklahoma Education Lottery Trust, funds are available for the Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Program. And this is where school districts can identify and designate up to 10% of their highest quality teachers for advanced, lead, and master designations annually. And this is kind of our program for some of our, students that meet, or teachers that meet the requirements. They can get basically a one-time stipend this year, and then as we add
Well, that sounds like a good
it is a
thing.
good
Kind of like an incentive.
It's kind of an
to get
incentive,
your-
and there's a lot of requirements as you see in there, different things, criteria, but the previous years you've had to match it, so most schools didn't, but this year they took off the matching, so basically it's great for
Yeah.
our students, so. And it has to be board approved before we can submit the plan to the State Department.
Make a motion to approve Stigler Public Schools Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Program.
I'll second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to approve the Stigler Public Schools Oklahoma Teacher Empowerment Program. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Action topic I, consideration of approval of the following sites cardiac emergency response plan for number 1, elementary, number 2, middle school, number 3, high school.
Okay, this is in response to recent legislation, the Chase Morris Sudden Cardiac Arrest Prevention Act, and it requires each school to have a cardiac emergency response plan, and these plans have to be presented to the local Board of Education. So each site has a plan, and they'll have several drills each year.
Does the schools have defibrillators? Okay.
Yeah, and it has, we're gonna get some better signs, but yeah, every school has one. We take them on athletic events, so we have several.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And it's good to, to practice, have an idea.
Yeah, hopefully you never need them either.
Right, exactly, but no, we do, and we have, certain people go through and make sure the batteries are up. They warn you, go down.
One of those pads, the adhesive on the pads,
Right.
we gotta replace
Yeah,
those every so
so
often.
they go through and change all that stuff on a regular basis, to make sure
Good
they're
deal.
all, but yeah, it's a good thing. Just another,
Have a motion to approve the site cardiac emergency response plan.
Second?
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett to approve the following sites for cardiac emergency response plan, elementary, middle school, and high school. David,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
and Susie, yes. Action topic J, consideration of approval of the high school football team, cheerleaders and band to travel to Mena, Arkansas for an out-of-state football game on September the 12th, 2024. Students will be transported by school bus.
okay, this is, you go to Mena, Arkansas Friday night. It's a lot further than I thought it was. I thought it was just over the state line, which usually don't worry about, but it's a little further, so we better make sure we have that board approved. But, last year, we were playing Blackwell this time. So this is better than Blackwell.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of our games.
Yeah, it's the Friday night game, we're going to Mena.
I make a motion, we approve the high school football team, cheerleaders, and band to travel to Mena, Arkansas for an out-of-state football game on September 12th and be transported by school bus.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David to approve the high school football team, cheerleaders, and band to travel to Mena, Arkansas for an out-of-state football game on September 12th, 2024. Students will be transported by school bus. Brett,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
and Susie, yes.
Just out of curiosity too, don't mean to interrupt, did we ever get that other bus that was in that wreck fixed? Is it all back up?
Yeah, there was actually, last month, we had a encumbrance for the newspapers. Linus Printing is gonna finish the wrap out.
Oh,
And then we're gonna get a quote on how much it would be to wrap the other white bus. But that's pretty good. Cool. But yeah, it's back, everything's good.
Action topic K, consideration of approval of high school student council fundraisers for the 24-25 school year.
Okay, these are a couple fundraisers to help raise money for the state convention. Usually we try to get all these done in July, but when they have new kids come in and they all have, different ideas, we let them do some of these things.
go ahead.
I make a motion to approve the high school student council fundraising for the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett to approve the high school student council fundraiser list for the 24-25 school year. David,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
and Susie, yes. This time we move on to executive session. A proposed executive session to discuss and act upon the following business pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute 307B1 of the Open Meeting Act. Number 1, discussion to employ a pre-K teacher for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. Number 2, discussion to employ a pre-K teacher assistant for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. Number 3, discussion to employ a part-time elementary paraprofessional interventionalist to be paid from federal funds on a timesheet basis for the 24-25 school year. Number 4, discussion to employ a grade school custodian for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. And number 5, discussion to employ Danny Colwell as bus driver coach the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Make a motion, we convene an executive session.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David at 5:54 p.m. to convene an executive session. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes.
I make a motion we return to open session.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett at 6:05 p.m. to return the board to open session. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Members present during executive session were Brett Orm, David Huggins, Superintendent Dr. Tom Kettles was also present. No motions nor votes were taken.
I make a motion we approve the employment of Rebecca Armstrong as pre-K teacher for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett, to employ Rebecca Armstrong, pre-K teacher for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
Susie, yes.
Make a motion, we approve the employment of Alyssa Buckner for pre-K teacher assistant for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David, to employ Alyssa Buckner, pre-K teacher assistant for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Susie, yes.
Motion to approve the employment of Susan Holbrook as part-time elementary paraprofessional interventionist to be paid from federal funds on a timesheet basis for the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett, to employ Susan Holbrook, part-time elementary paraprofessional interventionalist, to be paid from the federal funds on a timesheet basis for the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes.
Make a motion, we approve the employment of Wyatt Thompson as grade school custodian for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David, to employ Wyatt Thompson, grade school custodian for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Susie, yes.
Motion to approve the employment of Danny Caldwell as bus driver / coach for the remainder of the 24-25 school year.
Second.
Motion made by David, seconded by Brett, to employ Danny Colwell as bus driver coach for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. David?
Yes.
Brett?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. It's time to move on to new business.
We do have new business. We have a resignation of Mary Ann Pryor as a cook.
So make a motion, we accept the resignation of Mary Ann Pryor as child nutrition cafeteria employee effective September 5th, 2024.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David, to accept the resignation of Mary Ann Pryor as it resign as the position of cook effective 9/5/2024. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Any other new business?
No, that is all.
Okay. Adjourn at,
Make a motion, we adjourn.
okay.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by David at 6:08 PM to adjourn. Brett?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Susie, yes. Next regular meeting, October 14th, 2024.